so you don't have to oil that, because that is basically a sealed bearing, so that is lubricate free. Points of lubrication will be more like here. Sliding surface mechanism, give a little bit of oil there. I would suggest silicone oil or spray, and same with inside there. There too, make sure it's always clean, and give that a little bit of, like I always have, a little bit of oil on there so it could slide freer, since especially that is aluminum and it could wear easily. Depends how many times you fold it. If you're everyday folding it, they're not gonna last that long anyways, I'll tell you right now. But if you just fold it once a week, or I don't know, once a day only, or never even fold it, then doing that once every 6 months is fine. If you fold it every day, keep that clean, at least every week. And you don't have to oil it, just keep it clean. Every 6 months oiling is fine. And just a drop, make sure to that surface you're not gonna get any oil, so it won't make it slippery for you. Oh, by the way, I did change the strips. I put 3 new ones on, because these are more, as you can see, anti-slip resistant than the other ones they had previously. And what I also did was I changed the back wheel. The back wheel now became inflatable. I made my own bracket because I wasn't able to find and wasn't willing to spend money on a Pro 1, because this is a S Pro. This is a S1, and S Pro 1 has a wider fork. The basic one has a 45 millimeter in gap distance for the rear wheel, and S Pro has a 60. I needed a 61. I'll try to go to the Chinese sites to look at all these different forks. They did not give measurements. They did give that this is this, this is that, but since they didn't give measurements and all of them were priced the same and looked basically the same, obviously they are gonna look the same, but the measurement in the photos they provide, you won't really be able to tell if that's a 60 or 45, because it wasn't compared side by side. And since the communication with China is horrible, I couldn't make out what size it is, so I just left it. Instead of spending money or actually wasting money, I just left it as it is. I was able to make my own with 3 millimeter steel, and some welding was required, but I did make this fork to accept this wheel, which I did order from China, and I'm very happy with it. It's very durable, very strong wheel. It's inflatable, and the rubber itself is not that like a bicycle rubber. It's actually like more like a moped, petrol powered scooter rubber. Like it's like really thick, so it's more puncture resistant. Because if it was like a bicycle quality one, you have the inner tube, and basically the outer shell rubber is the same, then it's more chance of you getting a puncture. But this is reverse that. This is like a motorcycle grade, and it's more thick, it's more durable of getting less punctures. So I'm very happy with it. And the brake mechanism, just show you here, that this is how I put it together. I did not buy their separate cable. I could have. Instead, I just got some bicycle parts, extended that, put that little boot they give to that little arm there to protect the cable, and I just finish it off like that. It works brilliantly. It's a drum. The disc brake would have been more expensive. It would have been a bigger hassle to put on. And in my opinion, the disc wears faster because it's exposed to elements, and it could warp easy because if you don't take care of it or you bang it in transport, that will warp, and once it warps, the whole caliper itself holding the disc will just damage, and it won't function properly, and you'll just end up with a braking system that's not going to work. Or of course you could change parts to it, but then why always spend money? And then end of the day, for cars, you have, of course, vented brakes in the front and blah blah blah, discs, which is ideal. But for this, since it has electric braking in the front and now rear levered action braking, instead of just using that for brakes, you have that in the back. A drum unit for me is more sensible, and it keeps out the dirt, the dust, and that's about it. And braking power is just the same. It's really not any better because don't forget, water, oil, dust is not going to go in. Of course, from it wearing, the dust will remain inside. But after, let's say, 1 or 2 years, you could take it apart, dust it out, see how the brakes are worn, and blah blah. But at least it's going to be protected against elements of rain, dust, and so on, which could really damage the disc. I could have put a disc on, looks sportier, looks better, more hassle, more money, not needed. I'm happy with the drums. And here, I have a lever for it. And that's it. Thank you for watching.